the Black Professional Network at Vanguard, and just the where we are in terms of Wall Street, in terms of inclusion and diversity. How does it stack up against, the rest of the businesses that we follow across the country? And has progress been made? And how do we make it more quickly from here on out?
It's a challenging situation. I mean, we've made progress. However, the progress has been relatively slow. I think back to when I was in graduate school and looking at the top 25 blacks on Wall Street, and are there more, African Americans, more Latinos on Wall Street than it was back then? And I'd say the answer is yes. However, when you look at, our industry more broadly, it is still not an industry that's representative of the college educated workforce. So if you think that African Americans make up between 10 to 13% of the college educated workforce, Wall Street is not representing that at this point in time, nor are we, in the investment management industry. And so we're continuing to try to do work through HBCUs, through organizations like BLK, which is a student-run fund that is embracing and getting more students involved and interested in asset management and finance. So activities like that, I think over time will help move the dial, but we have a lot more work to do as an industry.
You see this as something that the private sector needs to do on its own in partnership with the government? I mean, what should it be, organic, or should there be bigger sort of brute force moves by the government in some way?
This is something the private sector can solve on its own. When you look at the companies that embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion, I mean, McKinsey did a great report last year that showed that companies in the top quartile for either gender or ethnic diversity were between 25 to 36% more likely to produce above average profitability. And we know that, research has shown that diverse groups make better decisions. I mean, we always espouse the virtues of diversification when it comes to portfolios. The same thing should apply when it comes to looking at the executive teams of large corporations, looking at the makeup of corporate boards. Again, having diverse perspectives, having other folks in the room when complex decisions are being made, those additional perspectives can be very helpful for organizations over time to avoid any pitfalls that, being blindsided by not having the full perspective could cause some of these organizations.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.